This is our final lesson of this chapter, angle pair relationships. We're going to skip the warm-up today because before I sent your packets home to you, I forgot to add the picture that went with that. Okay, so we're going to start with our vocab on this. Vertical angles. So this is their sides form two pairs of opposite rays. And in the diagram, you're going to draw this diagram in. And we're going to label each of these as 1, 2, 3, and 4. So in this diagram, there are two pairs of vertical angles. So the first pair is 1 and 3. They are called vertical angles to each other. So angle 1 and angle 3. So what they do is they have opposite rays. Okay, so what that means is they started here in the middle and their rays went this way and this way. And then it started here and you had opposite rays going in this direction. So the other set that we will have of those starts here again, goes out, then here and here. So 2 and 4 are going to be vertical angles. So pretty much what you know from that is if they're like directly across from each other, they're going to be vertical angles. So what seems to be true about the measure of these is that they're congruent. And remember that congruent means the same. So if this was 80, that means this one would be 80. Well, if those were 80, then they're part of this long line that's 180 degrees. This one would be 100, making this one 100. Okay, so they're going to be the same as each other. So a linear pair is two adjacent angles that form a line. The diagram below, which we have to draw, getting out an entire semester of notes to you guys is tough stuff. So angle 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay, so in the angle below, there are 4 linear pairs. That goes right here. And the sum of the measures of a linear pair, it makes a line. So line is our key in that, and line is 180 degrees. So every time you see a line, it's going to make 180 degrees. So for example, right here, there are angles on both sides of that. So angle 5 and angle 6 are on top, and then angle 8 and angle 7 are on the bottom of it. So same holds true with this line. You have these two, angle 5 and angle 8, and then angle 6 and angle 7. Okay, so those are your 4 linear pairs there. All right, so we're going to draw another diagram on our next page. So what you have here this is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right, so we're going to answer these questions as yes or no. Angle 1 and angle 2 are a linear pair, 1 and 2. So here and here. Do they make up a line? Yes, they sure do. They go right here. So this is yes. Are 4 and 5 a linear pair? So 4 and 5 go right here. Does that make up 180 degrees? Does it make up a straight line? No. Because what you would need to add to that, you would need to add angle 3 to that in order to make up a full line. It would take all 3 of those. Are 5 and 3 a vertical pair? Okay, so vertical pair, here and here. No, those are not a vertical pair. And are 1 and 3 a vertical pair? So do they share the same line that extends on and on forever? So the problem with 5 was that it goes right here and it doesn't share with this. They both have this leg and this leg that are different. So that's why 1 and 3 are vertical pairs, because you have this shared line and this shared line. So that's going to be yes. So one more drawing on this top part. So 6, 7, 8, and 9. All right, so if you know that angle 6 is 72 degrees, and you want to know what angle 7 is, well, you know that these make up a straight line. So what you're going to do to figure that out is 180 minus 72, which is 108 degrees. If you know that angle 8 is 80 degrees, you want to find angle 6. Well, what I know is they share this, so in turn, they share their measure. Okay, these are vertical angles, and they're congruent to each other. If angle 9 is 110, 110, I want to know what is angle 8. Well, 9 and 8 make up a line. Okay, so if you're going to do that one, you're going to do 180, subtract 110, and that is going to give you 70 degrees. And then the last one here is, if you know that angle 9 is 123, what's angle 7? Well, they share this line, so they share their angle measure also. So it's also going to be 123 degrees because that is a vertical pair and they're congruent to one another. All right, down to our next section. More vocab. Complementary angles. Complementary angles are two angles whose sum is 90 degrees. They can be adjacent. And what adjacent looks like is when they're touching. So maybe you have a 20-degree angle and a 70-degree angle. Or they can be non-adjacent, which means here sits a 20-degree angle, here sits a 70-degree angle. Together, they would make 90. So they're either touching or they're not. It can be either part of that. Supplementary angles is 180 degrees. And this is the same thing where it can be adjacent or non-adjacent. And they're just going to add up to a line. So something like that. All right, so find the complement and find the supplement. So if you're finding the complement, complements go to 90 degrees. So this whole group needs to add up to 90 degrees. So if I'm finding 82, the complement to that is going to be 90 minus 82, which is 8. The supplement, this whole group, is going to be 180 degrees. So the supplement is going to say I'm taking 180 degrees and I'm subtracting 82, which gives me 98 degrees. If you're from back in my era, that was a really fly band. Look it up, 98 degrees. You won't be disappointed. Okay, so then the next one, 90 minus 73 is 17 degrees. If you do the supplement, you're doing 180 minus 73, which is 107 degrees. Okay, the next one is 95. You can't have negative degrees, so it doesn't have a complement. It's already bigger than that. So you can go straight to its supplement and take 180, subtract 95, and you get 85 degrees for its other angle. All right, so I'm going to give you a couple examples here to put in your ones below. So this example, letter A, we have 105 degrees here, and we have 2x minus 11 degrees here. Well, what do I know about those? Okay, they share this line. They share this line. That means they share their angle. They're going to be equal to each other. So 105 is going to be equal to 2x minus 11. Solve this for x. So 116 equals 2x. Divide by 2. I get 58. So the x value is 58. When you plug that back in, 2 times 58 minus 11 is going to give you 105. All right, so here's our other example so this was vertical angles. Because remember, the vertical angles share the same sides, so they share their measure. This one, however, is 6x plus 19 and x. Well, these share one side. When they share one side, they share a line. So they are a linear pair. Okay, so what that means, they're going to be equal. They're not going to be equal. They're going to add up to 180 degrees because it's a line. Lines are 180. So I'm going to combine my like terms. Subtract 19 to the other side. Divide by 7. And I get that x is 23 degrees. Okay, and those are our angle relationship pairs.